and welcome to Monday Retsene with Pretoria Psychologists. My name is Mhlongo. Mental illness has become the leading cause of occupational illness in our workplaces. And today I'm asking myself, why is there such a stigma of mental health in our workplaces? Perhaps let's look into that today. I think the stigma comes in because we are not speaking about mental health or mental illnesses in the workplace enough. Leadership and management are not well equipped or well informed about mental illnesses. And we need to start teaching and we need to start educating our employers about mental health. How do we go about that? Where do we start? We will start by bringing in the experts, bring in the psychologists within the workplace, bring in the people that will teach leadership about how mental health works, about how mental illness works. And by doing so, we are equipping and enabling managers to be able to identify mental illnesses within their employees. But not only that, it also helps the employees to be able to identify mental health within themselves. So have you ever wondered why sometimes you can go to work and you're feeling very, very tired, you're feeling very anxious, you've got deadlines, you don't know how to actually manage your life at that point because you're pressed on with deadlines. And how do you then overcome that? What do you do when you are depressed? What do you do when you're feeling anxious and tomorrow you have a deadline? How do you manage your life when you've got so much going on in your own life? How do you manage work when there's so much personal conflict happening within your own life? Do you not need a safe space? And I'm sure that if we had a place like that in our workplaces where people can call a counselor, call a psychologist, have someone to speak to, if we had that, I'm sure a lot of employees would heal quicker. It is often said, in order for us to break a stigma or in order for us to make something socially accepted, we need to talk about it. We need to expose it. We need to bring it to light. That is how we will demystify mental health in our workplaces. We will do it by bringing in information, by bringing light to mental illness. The stigma is that when you have mental illness, you are not a normal person. You are normal. You're just having a bad day or you're having a mental illness and you just need medication to help you to get through whatever phase that you are in. So we need to break the stigma. A lot of employees are even afraid to come out to their managers about how their mental illness and what it is that they are suffering from at that time. And the reason is because you are afraid that you will lose your job. You're afraid that if you speak about it, then you will be seen as a weaker employee. But that is not the case. You're not weak. You're not suffering. You're just going through a phase in your life where you need assistance. You need someone to talk to. You need medication if that is the case. So bringing mental health to light in our workplaces will be a beautiful start. And by having the buy-in of leadership, the buy-in of managers will truly help to transform the culture of the workplace. Speaking about culture, let's start off as well by identifying the type of culture that we are creating as managers for our employees. After the pandemic, the cultures in our workplaces have become very rigid. It has become a deadline fetching culture where one workload is now being placed on one employee. Where there was 3 people, for example, in a payroll department, one person is doing the work of 3 people. That amount of stress is a lot for that one person. And now that person is suffering from burnout, from stress, and even from anxiety or depression. And what is it that we are doing as employers to help employees to deal with that level of stress, although we have put on so much pressure on them? So it's a lot of things that we really need to start taking into consideration as we move away from the pandemic that we have faced. And as we move into demystifying and speaking more about mental health, we really need to think about how are we going to help our employees to heal when they do or when they suffer from mental health. In conclusion, I'd like to say, you are human. You're not a robot. You're not automated. You need a break, and you need a place that you can find healing. And perhaps let's prioritize our mental health now. Let's allow employees to find a place where they can find their healing in the workplace. Let the workplace not be a place where employees are going to deteriorate, but let it be a place where employees are going to be uplifted and informed about mental illnesses. I hope you guys enjoyed the session, and hope to see you soon. Bye.